Hey, what's going on, everybody? We got the Rise of Skywalker final trailer here, and I'm just going to get right into it. We're going to go through all the details and try to search all the Easter eggs. I might miss some, but we're going to get into it. All right, here we go. Here we have the Lucasfilm logo. Pause it right here. And here we have some sort of training helmet, similar to the one in A New Hope when Obi-Wan Kenobi was training Luke. Here we have Rey running.
An instinct. A feeling.
She's jumping over some sort of chasm, which leads into a scene in the Death Star, I'm thinking.
We're not alone.
Yeah. And pause right here. It looks like we have a gathering together of all the available Resistance fighters that Leia and Rey and company have been able to gather up for the cause. And here we see what looks like to be a Mon Calamari, who is believed to be Admiral Akbar's son, Aftab. And then we have Lando there, Poe's there, and a few others. So that's going to be interesting to see. Oh, C-3PO's there too. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Good people.
And here we have Rose and I forgot what his name is. Is it Connor Moynihan? I'm not sure what his first name is, but this appears maybe to be in the same base. Maybe not. We also have Lieutenant Connix here. She's been in all the movies so far. Well, the sequel trilogy movies so far. So she's definitely in there. And of course, Rose.
We'll fight if we lead them.
And this looks like the Tantive 4, but it just could be not the Tantive 4, not exactly the same exact ship from A New Hope, but it could be just the same model.
People keep telling me they know me.
And this is definitely the second Death Star. It's believed to be on a planet called Kef Bir, or one of the moons near Endor. So remember, Endor has I think 9 moons. So maybe the remains of the blast, some of the remains got put on this moon. And it seems to have a very, ocean environment.
No one does.
Here we have Rey. Kylo as well. And here, this is very interesting right here, because this is some sort of floating ice. I'm thinking maybe a base. Could it be a base? Could it be a planet? Just an ice planet? Like some type of weird, not to be associated what we traditionally think of as a planet, because it appears to be floating in space. What we come to associate with a planet is obviously a round, cylindrical shape. So this could be something totally different, man. Just like something new in Star Wars, a actual ice planet, but not in a traditional looking way. And here we have the voice of the Emperor, and also a throne. And come to find out, it's actually based on some conceptual drawings from 1981 that were supposed to be the Emperor's throne, or could have been the Emperor's throne in Return of the Jedi by Ralph McQuarrie. So this is cool. I like how they're bringing, this is one thing I like about Disney Star Wars. Say what you will about anything else, the pros and cons with it. But this is one thing that I genuinely like about it, is that it brings back some of the old stuff, like how they did with Zeb from Rebels. He was a conceptual drawing of Chewbacca. And that's one thing I love about what this Disney/Lucasfilm partnership has brought forth. So that's pretty cool.
Have I waited?
Here we have what looks to be like a traditional Empire style Star Destroyer rising from the ground ice. Is it that same ice planet or base or whatever we're going to call it? Yeah, remains to be seen, but looks pretty cool.
And now,
And here we have just a whole bunch of ships, man. Like everything. It even looks like there's some old separatist ships. I mean, it looks like they're going way back in time, pulling out whatever they can find. The resistance is just running on fumes right now, and they're just pulling out whatever they can, whatever firepower, whatever they can salvage, they're bringing to this fight against the First Order. So this is pretty cool. And we also have a ship that looks like the Ghost from Rebels in there as well. I think there's a ship that it might be the Colossus from Resistance. I'm not totally, 100% sure on that. I don't think it looks exactly the same, but you never know. The Colossus maybe could make an appearance in it, at least in a ship form. I don't think any of the characters or anything like that from Resistance will be in this movie, but you never know.
you're coming together.
And the gang's all here basically in the Millennium Falcon. There's some fighting.
You're undoing.
And this looks pretty cool. Looks like a totally new vehicle. And it seems to be Rey on there. And it looks like she's just trying to get to the remains of the Death Star. And this is a new character called Babu Frick. I'm really excited to see more from him. I don't know, man. I just like the little guys, the little cute guys or whatever. Those little characters always kind of intrigue me and stuff. So that's going to be cool to see what he does. I mean, supposedly he's just like some type of a genius when it comes to, hacking and so on and so forth. I forgot what the official description is of him. I don't have it in front of me right now, but he's definitely working on C-3PO here, and he's a master at what he does. He knows what he's doing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Yeah, and this is pretty interesting right here. Right here we have a blue medical droid in the background. And we're familiar with this droid because we've seen this droid in, numerous of Star Wars productions like, the Clone Wars animated series. You've seen him in Empire Strikes Back after Luke's battle with the Wampa, helping Luke out there while Luke is getting treated in the bacta tank. Also, we see him assisting Luke after Luke's fight with Vader when he gets his hand chopped off. And, he's assisting him there as well. And also in this scene in the right over there, you can see a battle droid from the prequel trilogy. And that's pretty cool that that's there. I mean, this is what I'm hoping to see in this last installment of the Skywalker saga is let's tie things together. Let's tie things together from the prequel trilogy to the original trilogy. Let's see some callbacks. Even if it's just small callbacks like that, that's pretty cool. So that's cool to see a battle droid there.
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
And here, I don't know what's going on with, him saying one last look at my friends. It could just be something to throw everybody off. Here we have Rey and Leia. It's going to be, I wonder what's going to happen to Leia. I don't know, how they're going to work this into her character and, seeing that Carrie Fisher has passed. It's going to be very interesting to see what goes on with Leia as well. One of the things I'm looking forward to very much.
Destiny of the Jedi.
There we have Lando and Chewie in the Falcon. That looks cool.
Your death.
And here, this is very interesting as well because we have what looks to be a Star Destroyer. But it looks like, I'm not sure if it's the old one or is it First Order? I'm thinking it must be First Order because what it has there is it has this huge cannon on its underside, and we have this Y-wing that's shooting at it and just, I guess trying to take it out, trying to take out the main weapon from maybe what we see in the trailer prior, when we have this big red beam blasting down into the ground. This, I think, is that same weapon. And it has the same technology that was from Starkiller Base, just in a more miniaturized fashion. And also that was used in The Last Jedi when Finn says it's basically First Order tech miniaturized in a miniaturized form. And yeah, I think that's the same tech. It's quintessence. It's basically that phantom energy, the dark energy. And it's basically the same. How can I put it? It's basically the same substance that was from the kyber crystals used in the 2 Death Stars. And it's just a evolution of that. And here we have a cool scene as well. We have the Orbaks. Those creatures are called Orbaks. They're not space horses, but I mean, I guess they technically are, but they look totally different. They're not actual, horses. They're Star Wars, a fight or whatever, however you want to put it. We have BB-8 rolling alongside them. And we have, it looks like maybe they were on the Star Destroyer as it could be that they were on the Star Destroyer as it was emerging from the ground. Because how in the world would they be on the Star Destroyer? So this has to be along with the scene of the Star Destroyer emerging from the ground. As we see here, we have Kylo and Rey in what definitely is the throne room of Emperor Palpatine from Return of the Jedi. No doubt about it. That's going to be epic. I want to see more of that. Hopefully it just isn't that one quick scene, but maybe a fight goes on there. Something goes on there. Something epic has to be going on there, because that is just one cool scene right there. And here we have Finn. What looks to be like he's running and calling out to Rey. And here's one of the most intriguing scenes of the whole trailer, where we have Kylo Ren and Rey destroying what looks to be some sort of altar or bust of Darth Vader's mask. And also we see here, if we were to zoom in here, you see Rey with a dagger in her hand, and what some are calling to be the dagger of Mortis from Clone Wars. That whole arc with the father, the son, and the daughter. And that's going to be interesting, because if that really truly is it, that brings a whole new dimension to this episode, into this movie. So I'm very interested to see what the story is behind this dagger here. But, it's all in the air basically right now, but we'll find out. Again, as we see here, the Orbaks, this whole crew here on the Orbaks. And as I said, maybe these are all those Star Destroyers just emerging from the ground. And here we have another scene which looks like, or could be, the Emperor on some sort of mechanical apparatus. Is it because the Emperor is, because of the near death that he had in Return of the Jedi, or what seems to be near death now? We don't know what this really is. I have no clue what this is. But if this is actually him in a tangible physical form, could this be a machine-like Emperor, almost Darth Vader-ish? You know what I'm saying? Now he can't survive without this apparatus. That could be interesting. Or is just something totally different that Rey's looking at? Well, we will find out.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
And here we have Luke and Leia combined and Rey looking on. So I wonder what she's looking at, and you know, it's gonna be cool, man. That's it, guys. This is the final trailer of Rise of Skywalker, and December 20th, we're gonna see what happens. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And remember to always keep it
charming to the last.